Well now, come on in, children. Don't be shy. Find yourselves a spot right there on the floor. That's it. Get comfortable. You see, there are stories in this world that everybody hears. And then there are stories that somehow get forgotten. Stories about people whose ideas, courage, and brilliance help shape the world we live in today. And those are the stories we're going to talk about right here. Let Miss G ask you a question. Have you ever wondered what the world might look like if Black people had never been here? Well, let's think about it together. Let Miss G tell you a story. One morning, a little boy named Theo woke up and asked his mother a very curious question. He said,
Mom, what would the world be like if there were no Black people in it?
His mother thought about it for a moment, and then she said, Son, follow me today. I'll show you. So Theo got dressed to start the day, but his mother looked at him and said, Theo, those clothes are wrinkled. Let me iron them. But when she reached for the ironing board, it wasn't there. You see, baby, a Black woman named Sarah Boone invented the ironing board. Theo looked down and said, Mom, where are my shoes? Well, that was another problem, because the machine that made modern shoes possible was invented by John Ernst Matzliger, a Black inventor. His mother said, well, at least comb your hair. Theo went to grab a comb, but the comb was gone. You see, Walter Salmons, a Black inventor, created the comb. Theo tried to grab a hairbrush instead, but that was missing too, because Lydia O. Newman, a Black woman, invented the modern hairbrush. By now, Theo looked a mess. Wrinkled clothes, no shoes, hair all over his head, and even his mother's hair was hard to manage, because the hair care industry that helped millions of women was built by Madam C.J. Walker. Later, Theo began doing chores around the house. He tried to sweep the floor. But when he reached for the dustpan, it was gone, because Lloyd Ray, a Black inventor, created the dustpan. Theo tried to mop the floor next, but there was no mop, because Thomas W. Stewart, another Black inventor, improved the mop. Later, his mother finished washing clothes, but when she tried to put them in the dryer, it wasn't there, because George T. Sampson, a Black inventor, created the clothes dryer. Theo went to get paper and a pencil to make a grocery list, but the pencil broke, and the pencil sharpener was missing. That invention came from John Love, a Black inventor. When his mother reached for a pen, that was gone too, because William Purvis invented the fountain pen.
Theo, you ready? Bus will be here soon.
Almost.
When they opened the door to leave the house, Theo noticed the grass was tall. The lawnmower was gone. Invented by John Burr, they got in the car, but the car wouldn't move, because Richard Spikes invented the automatic gear shift, and Joseph Gammell invented improvements to engine systems. And when they looked down the street, cars were crashing everywhere, because the traffic light, invented by Garrett Morgan, was missing too. At the grocery store, they bought food, but when they got home, there was no refrigerator, because John Standard, a Black inventor, invented it. Soon Theo noticed it was getting cold. His mother tried to turn on the heat, but the heating system was gone. Invented by Alice Parker. And if it were summer, they would miss the air conditioner, invented by Frederick McKinley Jones. When Theo's father came home, he couldn't take the bus, because the electric trolley system was invented by Albert Robinson, and he couldn't take the elevator to his office either, because Alexander Miles invented the elevator safety system. Even the mailbox was gone, because Philip Downing invented the letter drop mailbox. That evening, the family sat in the dark, because the improved light bulb filament was invented by Lewis Latimer. If someone got sick, there would be no modern blood banks, because Dr. Charles Drew discovered how to preserve blood. And life-saving heart surgery, that would not exist either, because Dr. Daniel Hale Williams performed the first successful open heart surgery. So Theo looked at his mother and said, Mom, I understand now. And that's when Miss G leans forward and says to the children, you see, baby, if you ever wonder where the world would be without Black inventors and pioneers, the answer is pretty clear. the world would be missing some of its greatest ideas, some of its brightest minds, and a whole lot of its light. And that, my babies, is hidden Black history. Now, don't you go too far, children, because in our next story, Miss G will show you some inventions that help change the world. Until then, you can visit me anytime at MissGToldYou.com.